Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another installment of The Lowdown on TSWS Gaming. I'm Log7. He's Ham Solo.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Cells. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in the chat for a minute. Thank you so much for the compliment. First off, you were first. Well done. Well done for being first. Says the best duo to talk gaming. That is very humbling. Very humbling. I know Ham is on his way to being the GOAT, but to say that I'm close, that's just crazy. It's insane. It's crazy talk. Thank you.
Don't sell
Thank
yourself short.
John Wolf. I try to be humble. John Wolf says, "Good afternoon, good people. Hope you're having a great week so far. It is certainly better than Jim Ryan, FCC, or the CMA." Hey, man, Xbox been taking some L's. I'm just saying, before we get into it, for all the Xbox fans that subscribe to TSWS recently, you might unsubscribe after today's show. I'm just saying, we keep it real right here. Hamothy, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing really well, actually. Been playing some Exo Primal. I've been enjoying that game the more I play it.
All right, we'll get into that. We will get into that.
I've also been playing.
I was talking specifically about your back, though.
Oh, how am I physically doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Yeah,
I mean, it could definitely be better, but I'm doing fine.
I'm like Tony Parker asking Tim Duncan, "How's your back?" Not really because I like you, but you kind of carry the team, so we need you upright.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
You know, I'm just saying, this man is carrying TSWS Gaming, so I need to make sure you're all right. Master System Maso.
Yeah, you said the name right. You nailed that. You nailed that. Master System Marcel. Yeah, I had him on Behind Them Six for an episode. Hey, let me give you some history about Master System Marcel just real fast. He is one of, or if not the fastest outrunner. He's one of the fastest outrunners in the world for the Master System and you remember the old cartridge games for Outrun? You know the game Outrun, right? Well, obviously, you play Yakuza. I do. So you know what the hell that game is. I don't have to ask you that. Yeah, dude. He is an absolute beast. He is. I believe he has some world records or something like that. For that, and I think he recently got a new. I thought he recently got a new record. So Master System Marceau, please speak on it. Let me know if I'm right about that or if I'm wrong. Continue.
Put your ad in the chat. Master System, I wanna follow you. I wanna follow actual gamers. You know, people that click on the buttons for the sake of clicking on the buttons. Put your ad in the chat, please. All right. Before we get into the video games, everyone knows this is what we do on the lowdown. We talk a bit of sports, a bit of pop culture. We'll try and make this as brief as possible.
Oh,
but if Ham disagrees with me, or if I disagree with Ham, this could take us an hour. So I'm just saying.
I hope not.
This could be 5 minutes. This could be 1 hour. All right, let's get into it. First off, Ham Solo.
Yeah, just a quick second. Barkley. Just a quick second. Master System Marcelo says he said I'm first on Outrun Arcade 2 now. Number one in the world. Top flight security of the world, Craig.
God damn. God damn.
I know this man.
That's really something.
Savage. Man, God.
Oh Lord, John Wolf says bye. LOL. John Wolf's not feeling the pop culture talk. Let's talk. All right, let's get to it, Ham. Saquon Barkley and I'm forgetting the other prominent running back in the NFL. But I guess that also shows like the value in the NFL. They haven't signed new contracts. And
are you talking about Derrick Henry?
Essentially, people are saying that.
Or, I don't know.
No, Derrick Henry. Come on, Derrick Henry is an anomaly. He is signed. There's no way he's going to get like
the Titans are like, you ain't leaving.
No, sit your ass down, boy. Anyway, point is, Saquon Barkley and another dude, I'm forgetting his name, haven't signed. They had until like yesterday to sign, but they still haven't signed. Essentially, they're going to be trying to pressure their teams to giving them like proper contracts because they're like high performers and stuff. But because of how the contracts are structured in the NFL, where they come in as rookies, then they get 5 years, and then the team can then franchise tag them for more another 2 years. What happens is a lot of running backs just get thrown away after the 7 years because on average, those are their best years. That's when they're very fast and agile and strong. But then after that, things start falling apart. No one wants to pay them the big bucks. Ham, are running backs being treated unfairly?
I'm with what Derrick Henry said earlier. They should just dissolve the position and then just kind of make it kind of like, you know, what a wing back is now. It's like, what's that position? Yeah, it's because it's gone. Because it's not a position really anymore. No one hires for wing back. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in this chat or like in the world really that never heard of the term wing back. Or better yet, how many people nowadays know the fullback position anymore, let alone?
Yep. So I watch NFL. I didn't know wingback was a real thing. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know what a fullback is. I didn't know what a wingback was.
So that's what I'm saying. Might as well just dissolve the term running back and then just have it like as like an extra position, kind of like a wide receiver becomes like you're signed as a wide receiver, but you play all.
But you can kind of run as well. Yeah. Master Systems, Marcel, I just saw we already follow each other, bruv. Much love. Keep on gaming. Seriously, keep on gaming.
Let's talk about gaming.
Says, Ham, I'm going to SDCC and Ascendant Studios will be there to talk development of Immortals of Avium. I'm def gonna hit up their presentation on it. Nice.
That's what's up.
Sir X-Men says that they must get Crytek, Matt Likes Games. Oh, Yobi says, peace, love, life. Welcome in, Yobi. Matt Likes Games, a great week for PlayStation. Let's go. Dubs in the chat, folks. Okay, Matt. Okay, we get it.
Yes, sir. they got a great deal. Well, they got
all right.
They got the second best deal that they could have got, though.
The third, the fourth. Louis Frag, greetings from the UK. Microsoft saying to CMA, bow down to me or deal with Judge Smith. Lady Foxfire, welcome in. Or quick FYI for everyone in the chat. Lady Foxfire will be guesting on Bull Sitting next week, Friday. So make sure to come through as usual, as you guys usually do. All right, Ham. We've already talked about the running backs. Next, we have Joel Embiid saying that he's going to win a championship in Philly or somewhere else. Is this salty? Is this in bounds or out of bounds? Considering he's with the Sixers and he's gonna be with them for at least the next 3 years. At least that's what his contract says.
It just sounds like he doesn't even know what he's doing. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think this is hella unprofessional, and I'm glad that the Philly fans are on his ass, because this guy was sitting out entire seasons, or half of the season, talking about injury this and injury that. No one gave him crap outside of Philadelphia. Now that he's kind of fit, now that the numbers are coming in, now he's talking about, I don't know, I'll see about my options. That's kind of messed up. Matt Likes Game says that boy gone. We'll see. All right, last one.
Oh God.
Last one. Adam.
You know I don't want to talk about this. Look.
Yeah, some behind the scenes
stuff. If you guys are excited to see Ham Solo get uncomfortable, hang tight, because it's coming. I'm not gonna enjoy this subject. I really told Loke I didn't want to talk about it, and then he brought me a worse topic, and I said I'd rather talk about this one. so here we are.
Likes Game says
today sucks.
Ham, this one's funny. Matt Likes Games says sounds like Joel Embiid doesn't trust the process anymore. All right, so Ham, let's try and make this as brief. Yeah, let's try and make this as brief and as PC as possible. Adam 22. I'm not going to say what he let his spouse do, because I think everyone in the chat is tired of seeing this. Maybe we haven't all engaged with it, but we all saw it. Ham, what are your thoughts on Adam 22 on his decision and on his spouse's decision? Go.
Just like this topic, I think he fucking stinks. Like, his whole come up sucks. I don't like it. I don't like that there's so much attention. I don't like that it somehow found its way onto my channel. Thank you, Loke, for doing that.
Hey man, it's my channel too.
I really don't like that guy. And like, I think he used clout the right way in the wrong in the wrong direction. Like he like in a way you can say, yeah, dude, like duh, like that'd be popular, right? I mean, duh, it's sex. Sex sells.
People are definitely gonna watch.
We've known that for centuries. Now, sex sells. It's a big deal. But the way that he just, oh yeah, this is my wife, no big deal. I've done this plenty of times. You go have at it, ma'am. Have a great time. You're going on a bigger, badder ride that I could ever give you. And please let everybody know. Let everybody know that your experience was extremely exceptional and that you would ride again. Like,
let me turn on the
man.
AC. God
This
damn,
stinks. like I'm sitting here trying to raise a 5-year-old, and I'm like, this is on the average person's feed right now. I can't see that one of my favorite folks in the community are live right now and spitting some stuff that I'm interested in listening to about gaming. I can't see that, but what I can see is that Adam 22 is a fucking cuck. That's what the whole world can see. The whole world can see that because thank you, Elon. Thank you, Facebook and Instagram and or better yet, freaking
Threads.
What's his freaking name over there? That fucking cuck that works over at Facebook. Whatever his name is, the head guy, or
Zuckerberg.
Zuck the cuck, that guy. Yeah, all these guys are like, oh yeah, we know how algorithms should be. This is great. You know what? Instead of seeing the news that's happening in your city, here's somebody that got dicked down. And that's necessary. That's your news. That's your news right there. That's your feed. You wanted to get the feed today? We'll see the feed. And everyone's going to retweet it out for everyone else to see and tell oh my God. It's just like, I'm telling you, I am doing him a favor right now by talking about it. I'm doing him a favor.
See, that's why I disagree with you. Ham, because the entire point of the channel existing is, well, we're technically doing a favor to Sony. We're doing a favor to Xbox. We're doing a favor. It's a trending topic. I think it's worth delving into. Clearly, the chat has an opinion on this. Hi Am Cells is talking about Lord. I read about this. LMFAO. Bad Likes Game says that guy stinks, and so does his wife. Louis Frag, oh dear, here we go. Long story short, he's a finished man. Seriously, someone needs to check on Adam 22. We need to make sure the man is alive.
The only person that doesn't stink is the person that got paid to do it, because it's just like, who wouldn't in that position? It's like, and in that position, it's just like, come on, man, like. Who ain't gonna take that kind of cash and just do what they like to do, which is have sex? Everyone likes to have sex. Oh man, I got paid for it. It's fantastic. Good for him. But as for the two,
this is you being uninterested. You said you were uninterested in this topic. Motherfucker, been going on for 10 minutes. All right, go ahead.
I just can't believe that this made it here, and you're here getting me to talk about this garbage. So
heated. I'm heated.
I'm
doing
you know what you wanted.
You know what made me uncomfortable? You know what made me uncomfortable about all this?
Yeah, I watched the interview enough where said.
First revealed. Yeah. Okay, let me finish. The thing that made me uncomfortable is not even the whole scenario. It's when he presented it on his podcast with his friends. These guys are supposed to be his homies, bro. And when he presented it, dudes are laughing. And for me, that broke my heart. Because then it's like, it's hard enough being a guy, but now we don't even know how to support each other. Because saying that it takes growth, or you're a real man for doing it, you're not helping your fellow man. The right way to help someone is to tell them the truth. Constructive criticism. Everyone on that pod should have looked at him straight in the eye and said, what the hell are you doing? You should not have done that. And now that you've done it, don't you dare release that video. But no one called him out. For me, that was what was most heartbreaking, because everyone makes mistakes. But if you don't have people around you to say, don't do this, Ham. And you know what I'm talking about. Because I've called you out on some stuff. You've called me out on some stuff. But that's because we care. Those guys on his podcast purport to be his friends. They don't care. They're laughing. They're talking about it takes growth. They're talking about you're a real man. No, dude. That's not right. Big Matt Mo says, look, how's the weather in Texas? It's hot. It's hot in here, talking about Adam 22. Anyway, John Wolf says, she said, no, oh, man. I will not be reading that. Let's get into the video games. Let's do that. Ham Solo, Exo Primal came out last week. Oh, my God. Dude, let's leave it alone. Exo Primal came out last week for a game. Yes. So this is from our dear beloved IGN.com. This a quick episode
I like that you say dear beloved because I sure don't love them.
Hey man, someone does.
I love you, Logan, but I don't love them.
Oh Lord. Oh God. Blow now turning my words against me says that's why I always tell Loke about his bad takes, constructive criticism. You and your Celtics, Sour Blow, y'all can. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy. We passed 700 subscribers a couple of days ago. You're not going to ruin this for me. You were not going to ruin it for me. So Exo Primal came out.
Speaking of that, before we get into Exo Primal, I just want to shout out those of you that are here today. Those of you that I see that are here right now. So hi, I'm Cells, John Wolf, Master System Marceau, Stanley Francois, a member. Let's continue. Yes. Sir X-Man, another member. Dragonheart Yobi, another member.
Is also a member.
Good to see you, Louis Frag. Let's see. No LA Origins or no. I think it's like no Lad Origins or Origins or no LA.
NOLA Origins.
NOLA. Okay.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. I'm
NOLA.
Far away from my screen. I can barely read this shit. Jeremy Brown, good to see you. Matt Likes Games, also a member. Good to see you. Ladies Foxfire, good to see you. Also a member.
Screw Matt Likes Games. He sucks. Screw this man.
He stinks. Ray Chi, another member. Great to see you. Big Mad Mo, good to see you as well. Let's see, anybody else I'm missing in the chat? Apex Predator, good to see you. Just got here, he says.
Nice.
I think I pretty much got everybody that has said something in the chat.
Yes, sir, X-Man. We're just
Dolo Knight, what's going? What's cracking? Good to see you. I believe they just subscribed. I seen them on K Mega's channel not that long ago, so it's good to see him come on over here and check us out.
Yeah, appreciate that. So X-Man, yes, we're done talking sports and pop culture, so we're getting into the games.
Yep, game time.
All right, just get into it. Exo Primal, Ham. This is from IGN. For a game with dino forecasts that warn of thousands of dinosaurs raining out of portals in the sky, what's surprising about Exo Primal is that it's somehow even stranger than the premise it would suggest. It's a competitive hero shooter that's also occasionally cooperative, which pits two teams of 5 players against each other in a dino hunting war games where they compete indirectly, but also occasionally directly in separate parallel universe to see who can complete a grab bag of objectives faster. Ham, you've put more time into this than I have. What are your thoughts on Exo Primal?
I think it's pretty fun, really. I just pause on telling anybody to run out and purchase it because correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat, but I believe this game is $70. And $70 for a game, $70 for a game that's only playable when it's online, to me is a hard sell at this day and age right now. Still exactly not sure like how long that's good. See, I was talking to K Mega, and K Mega was talking about, oh man, I might buy this game because we were having a good time playing it, right? And then I was like, but K Mega. I don't know if you want to run out and buy it because who knows how long it'll last. And he's like, well, it will at least last an extra couple of years. And that was my problem, was that statement that he said right there. It will at least last a couple more years. That's not good enough.
So you're not buying for what it is. You're not buying for what it is. You're buying for what it might be. What is this? Are we stock trading now with games? Go ahead, finish your point.
I definitely don't want to end up paying full price, like next gen prices, full price for something that could just disappear. Something that could end up like Mag way back in the day. Something that's like, it's not to this extent near as bad, but we know Ghost Recon, like Future Soldier and stuff like that. Those games you can't play like multiplayer online anymore because Ubisoft shut down the servers for that. So if you think something like that is bad, imagine a game that completely runs off of servers only. So the whole game, if it just stops performing someday, can just be unplugged. And sure, you may have got it on a sale later on down the line for $30, $40. But even with today, you may be buying literally nothing possibly. Because let's say you get this on sale. This game's just not performing very well. It's on a deep sale. It's $20. You spend $20 and then they tell you that they're sunsetting it at the end of the year or at the beginning of next year. Kind of like what they did with Stadia. What is it called? What was that game that Smilegate made? Or what? It is the Counter-Strike type game. Crossfire X. Kind of like Crossfire X or Babylon's Fall, right? So you spent $20. You don't even have a physical copy of the game. So like you can't even put it on like a wall and say I had this. It's digitally just on your Xbox, PlayStation, or whatever. It's just a thumbnail now. That's all it is a thumbnail. Like that would be tragic. So I don't know about that, but more about the game. Do I think it's worth playing? Especially if you have a subscription service, I 100% would say at least give it a try. See, and if you don't have the best internet, it might not be great.
It's not worth your time.
What's that?
It's not worth your time. I recently actually finished downloading it, gave it a go. I already uninstalled it. For my internet, it's not good enough. So, yeah, not worth it. Let's address the chat real quick. Voidlock says EXO is a great game. Voidlock, please tell us why EXO Primal is a great game. Give me 2 points.
I can give you a couple.
No need to write out a whole article.
I can give you a couple points of why it's a good game.
No, not fun. Not fun. Great game. He said good. He or she or they said great game. So Ham, why is EXO Primal a great game?
I could see where somebody would go with that a little bit because the teamwork aspect is there. It is there in full effect. You could really dominate. Like this is Smite levels of teamwork if you're very familiar with that game. So Smite,
yeah, I know.
If
Smite.
you have a rough team in Smite, it's gonna be a long game. Same with like Overwatch, very very, very much like that too. Paladins, another great thing to throw out there. Drawn TJ with the $2 super chat just coming out of nowhere with the buy Take Two and Sega. Oh man,
and we don't even have to say who he wants to buy Take Two. We already know who he's talking about. Lord in heaven. All right. Thanks for the super chat, Drawn TJ.
Yeah, and shout out to Jacob Novick as well. He pulled up. He just said hi just a little bit ago. Another member out there.
Good Welcome in, bro.
But yeah, the reason why I could see it's pretty great is because the teamwork aspect is really nice. They give you up to 5 people to allow into your squad before you hop into the mission, which is different. Usually we get like shut down at like 3 or 4, you know. So having that 5th person is pretty nice because you can have people that you know all in your squad, and that's a pretty good team right there. And then as well as like just some of the things that you do within the game. So being able to have, I really like the structure of how the mission is for each one, because it feels like every first round is kind of a warm up a little bit to the last, even though you are technically getting some sort of ground over the other team within playing it. But I personally just think it's just a really good kind of put together game. I'm just worried about how long that will last. That's my only gripe with it so far. Is how long can this thing remain in the crowd without, disappearing? Because there's just so much stuff coming out.
I think
not only just this year, but also next year. And then you got Sony working on, 12 live service games. Xbox is probably working on something. I mean, all these games are reaching out for you to spend money.
They need to go back to Halo. That's what they need to do. They need to go back to Halo. Listen, the one good thing I have to say about this game is the story. I think Big Bad Mo was one who brought it up previously. Yes. I not only like the story, I like the way they integrated it into actual progression.
It's kind of like it's kind of original Titanfall-esque, right?
Yes. One of the things that turns me personally off of these live service games is there isn't enough story. I like having like a background motivation to be going to conquer whatever space or kill whoever. And a lot of these live service games just 100% ignore that. We're here to do it for the sake of doing it, which is fine. But for me, I need more motivation. So I like the way they roll out the story as you play the missions. But the way I don't like how the actual missions themselves are, but I like the story behind it. Sergeant Sentinel, welcome in, Sarge. Appreciate the support. Ham, since you were talking about K-Mega making the prediction about what it's going to be in like 2 years or whatever, how long do you think Exo Primal will last?
Ooh.
Ballpark.
I think. What are you talking about? Just like staying, staying relevant
till it shuts down, bro.
Till it shuts down.
Shutting down. Yes,
I'd say at least till the beginning to mid of next generation. So I'd say about 10 to 13 years.
God damn, that's a lot of faith. That is a lot.
I have faith in that game because it's fun. It's a good time. Like somebody just said in the chat, I think it was Voidlock. He said five player co-op, great playing with friends and teamwork. Like, you can't undersell the teamwork aspect to it. It's just the comms that you're having within your group of friends is amazing in that game.
If the people that you're playing with are serious, it changes the entire thing. The entire experience is different.
It really, and it says, So the only thing that's needed, and I like what Voidlock said there at the end. He said just needs more modes and a true story. So yes. I think if it had more modes, and if they gave you
it's just two modes right now.
Well, you continue to get more modes as you play, right? So okay. So things do open up more, but it'd be cool to see them take kind of like, all right, we figured out this kind of works. This is pretty dope. Now let's maybe make a single player aspect to it to give it some life as to where some people may not be able to play this very well over the internet.
Yeah. Because I'm very uncomfortable with the idea of splashing cash on something that, as much as people might crap on Anthem, you can go and play Anthem right now. you might not be able to play it with other people. But right now, if you bought Anthem, we can re-download it and play the campaign, no problem. With this, as it stands, in 10 years, it's nothing.
Well, Anthem still runs off of husk servers.
Of whatever it was.
Anthem still runs off of servers.
But they did threaten to cancel those, remember? But even if they did kill those servers, the base campaign would still be available. So my main conflict with this game is they're charging for a game that is 100% online, when every other game that has the same model of where it's 100% online, it's all free. And then you get in and you start paying for the cosmetics. And don't even get me started on the how many cosmetics they have in there. You can buy freaking entire suits, not just parts, entire freaking suits. You can just buy them. For me, that's crazy.
And it makes no sense. Usually, go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No. Finish what you were saying because I'm looking something up.
Okay, I was saying it's there's the amount of money that they're trying to make is fine because they put in the investment, but you have to pick a lane. You can't pick all the lanes. You can't have your cake and eat it too. All right, you can't be charging us $60, $70. Or, no, it's 60. It's 60. Exoprimal 60. You can't be charging us $60, and then in the game, you have the monetization system of a free game. So the value prospect for me for Exoprimal,
true.
Just
that's such a great.
The only way to play Exoprimal, in my opinion, is go through Game Pass. I'm sorry, get it on Game Pass. If you want to throw in the $10, $20 for whichever suits you want to buy, fine. But don't buy this game and then go and engage with that horrendous monetization system. That's crazy. Okay, Louis Frag really wants to get into the whole gym.
One thing I want to say before we transition our subjects whatsoever at all is I want to give a shout out quickly to Big Mad Mo for correcting and saying it's $60. That is correct. And that leads into what I wanted to give flowers to. And that is Capcom for keeping their games at $60 while everyone else is transitioning to $70 games. Give them their flowers. Resident Evil Remake. Resident Evil 4 Remake, $60. New Street Fighter, $60. Exoprimal, like it or not, $60. They have yet to give us a game that I know of for more than $60. And for that, during this, climate is pretty dope and should be something that is praised.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, Ham, what's your score for Exoprimal?
My score is a like Metacritic wise.
No, okay. Give it your Metacritic score.
1 to 10 or 1 to 100?
Although we know it's a live service game, 1 to 100. We know it's a live service game, and things will fluctuate. We remember that there's some games that weren't great, and then 6 months later, they were freaking amazing.
I give it a 78.
78.
78 out of 100.
Okay.
And the reason I'd give it a higher score, I'd give it a higher score, but it's not very fun to play when you don't have people to team up with. When you're just going in there and playing with a bunch of randos, it's not the same. That's when the game gets real.
Okay, Big Mad Mo. Iffy. Big Mad Mo says 8.5. I'm giving it a 60. Just being fair. A quick reminder to everyone. July 25th, Remnant 2 comes out. And July 27th, we have The Expanse, a Telltale game series. I'm just putting it out there for people that keep forgetting like upcoming games, and then they get FOMO and all that stuff. because I have the same problem. I have to keep track. I literally have an Excel sheet. So, just a quick reminder: it's about to get wild, especially in August. All right, next.
Oh my god!
We have
hit the time button. John TJ just gave us the biggest super chat that we've ever got from anybody. So we must hold the phone for a second and go on ahead and read that low. Jeez Louise.
Oh.
Yeah, hold the line.
All right, Drawn TJ. First off, Drawn TJ, thank you for supporting TSWS Gaming. $50 super chat. No offense to everyone who's been coming through with the super chats, but this is the biggest one. So kudos to you, Drawn TJ. Says, I had to make you guys laugh. What's up, my friends? People on Twitter think Microsoft can't buy Take-Two. They're $22 billion. And I said, you never know with Microsoft. Destin thinks they will. What do you guys think? Look, they bought ABK. Solo. Jesus Christ. First off, you think this is possible? Take-Two?
You know what? After this whole deal, I mean, Kevin Garnett on them motherfuckers, right? Kevin Garnett. Yeah, you already know. Anything is possible. Like it's one of those situations where it's just like, I just don't know anymore. And and to me, it really depends on the way, because to me, what this did, and I actually shout out to one of the news stations out there. I think it was MSNBC, but they were saying that Microsoft pretty much opened the gate when it came to acquisition.
The floodgates.
Yeah, they opened the floodgates. So now others that were nervous see this, and it's crazy because the whole thing with the FTC, in my opinion, this backfired on them. They wanted people to be more nervous to make these purchases, but instead,
that's not what happened.
I think this gave more fuel, and at like a 95 octane. This ain't no 87. These brothers is moving. So I think 100% for certain that Xbox is going to get something else bigger, but I think you're going to see other people do some other big acquisitions that make Xbox seem okay to do something like a Take-Two. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, I think Amazon might come out and do something big. YouTube is talking about getting into game with Google coming back.
They tried. Right? They failed, but hey, try again.
But listen, yeah, you know that YouTube thing, right? Yes. It's totally different.
Yeah. Drawn TJ, again, thank you for the $50 super chat. On this point specifically, copy paste what Ham Solo just said. I think Microsoft, they have the money. Everyone knows they have the money, but I think they just chilling. Like, okay, now let's someone else do something wild, and then we're just gonna go ham, like Ham Solo. And after that, I think either not Devolver, but Tencent. I think Tencent's gonna do something wild just now, and then Microsoft is gonna go for Take-Two or some other big publisher like EA or whatever, and then the big one, the real big one, either Google or Amazon. This is just predictions. I don't know anyone that's actually doing this, right? Or anyone that has information. Either Google or Amazon will buy PlayStation, and then it's gonna get raw. Big Bad Mo says, you don't play games, sir. That don't count. You know what? You need to stop. Metal Gear Solid.
Get his ass.
Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is a game. Raichi is spamming them emojis. Keep it coming, bro. Keep it coming.
Oh, man,
welcome, Jason Portillo. Portillo says, FTC looks so bad that they reduced the amount. They're just watching what?
No. I keep interrupting you. Continue. I'm just too hyped.
Yes, you are very hyped. Don't worry, we'll get into Game Pass. Your hype's gonna go all the way down. Jason Portillo says the FTC looks so bad that they reduced the amount of funding they got by 25%. That I'm not sure that's approved, but the documents were submitted to remove to reduce their funding. I'm not sure that's been approved yet. P. Ro Dusa, welcome, says the 2K licensing alone would scare off Microsoft. They just spent 80 billion. You think these guys are afraid of licensing fees?
Now let me extrapolate this real quick. You think Microsoft, Piro, appreciate you for being here, bro. But come on, man. Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee. You a new like, bro. Lee. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, hold on a second. They're afraid of licensing, but they're not afraid of the United States of America FTC and the United Kingdom, UK, or better yet, the rest of the world. But they're afraid of
licensing.
Come on, no. Come on, man. No. You know better than that.
No. Okay, let's move it. The next one we have Remnant 2 developer confirms console versions include 60 frames per second performance mode. This is also from IGN. Remnant 2 developer Gunfire Games confirmed its upcoming project includes a 60 frames per second performance mode on consoles. The news comes from Gunfire Games president David Adams, who took to Twitter to invite fans to ask him a question and he would pick which ones to answer. Adams decided to answer a few, revealing the option to turn off motion blur, thank God, plans for post-launch content, and confirmation that the console versions of Remnant 2 will include a performance mode that will allow players to play the game at 60 frames per second. Ham Solo, I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm insulted. I am insulted right now because when I bought these machines, both of them, the promise that was made to me by both Microsoft and Sony was that 60 frames per second was the new floor. That hasn't been a reality. And the fact that this is news when people are now coming out with games pisses me off. Because the reason he had to come up with this is because on average, these new current console only games don't have 60 frames per second. So good for Remnant. But as a whole, I'm pissed off because Remnant is an outlier instead of just being the norm. Go ahead, Am. Oh, sorry. Before you go in, Drawn TJ, another super chat, $2. Thank you, bro. Says buy Take-Two, Warner Brothers, and Sega. Then I'm happy. I don't know, dude. You sound like Eric Cartman right now. I don't see you stopping. After Microsoft buys these, if they buy them, I don't see you stopping. I see you coming back to TSWS talking about buy Konami, buy I don't know who else, buy this, buy that. I don't know. Okay, go ahead. Remnant 2.
Yeah, this man wants the world. He said, I got the whole world in my hands. All right, what's the question? Repeat the question for me and those.
No, it's not a question. It's just the Remnant 2 developer confirmed that the console versions include 60 FPS performance mode. What's your takeaway from this information dump on Twitter?
That's nice. That's awesome. You know, I mean, it should be celebrated whenever they come out with a 60 FPS mode for any game. I'm happy to hear it. I mean, I don't really know what else to do with that. There's nothing that makes me mad about that. And then, I mean, if they only had a 30 FPS version on it, I'd be a little bit more interested in knowing why. Because, I mean, whatchamacallit, like, Starfield has only has 30 FPS, but their reason is that they wanted to run parity and then also run parity with everything, but then at the same time, the scale of that game is insane. So then, like, I'd be curious as to other games that choose to only do 30 FPS. Like, what's the scale of this game? How crazy is this gonna be? Like,
it's because you're still gonna buy it.
So. Like to me, when I hear that a game's gonna be 30 FPS at this point, I'm almost like, what are they bringing to the table that's so new that they couldn't get to 60 with it? That's the new question for me. Instead of getting super angry and frustrated from the jump about something like this, to me, it's just like, if it's 30 FPS, they must have put something in there that's just wild or dope. Because to only be 30 FPS in this generation, it's very confident. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's to me. That's but to me, and I think that's to a lot of the hardcore players. Let me add one asterisk.
The casuals don't really care that much.
Casuals don't give a fuck, and that's the asterisk. And that is such a big asterisk because they're the ones that push this whole industry forward. So that asterisk,
why mobile is taking over.
It sounds small when mentioned, asterisks with that, but that asterisk is really the size of Jupiter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's massive. Xbox said it.
Yeah.
I've seen it personally. People will turn on the game and not even go to no graphics or video mode and switch nothing. The most that they're going into the options for is to make sure that the controls are right for them. And then they're back into the game. Or check the difficulty.
People barely even notice frames per second. Like between 60 and 30. If you don't bring it up, your usual your casuals won't even notice. All right, let's get into the salty stuff. Lord. Ham, keep it together. I need you to keep it together, all right? Because I'm not going to keep it together. Xbox has signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation.
Yes!
After its acquisition of
How you gonna ask me to keep
Blizzard.
It together?
Okay.
How you gonna ask me to keep it together? The knee has been bent.
There's only one of us. Oh, Lord. Okay. You know what? Just go ahead. I won't even read the article. I think everyone's read it 1,000 times at this point. Go ahead.
Phil Spencer sat at his throne and he was like, yes, let him back in. It is fine. Do not give him any more trouble.
Let him back. What is that accent? Phil Spencer does not speak like that.
So, Mr. Booty, hand him the contract.
Booty?
Mr. Booty, hand him thy contract.
Oh, man. John TJ, thank you. Says everyone hit the like button. Push the like button, y'all. Come on,
I see that I see that you see the terms have changed, but I don't think you have much room to talk, Mr. Ryan. You got exactly what you need, but only what you need.
Oh, man.
Now sign it.
Let me read the article. That accent, bro. What are you trying to pull off right now? I'm the one who pronounces the T's on this show.
Oh.
This guy. Right, let me get into the article. Let me do that.
We got Drawn TJ Xbox again, though, bro. Before you go ahead and
my Lord, Drawn TJ, you're the MVP today. Drawn TJ, you're the MVP on TSWS Gaming. Thank you. You got some competition. Mr. Joanna Dark just jumped in. I don't know, man. I don't know if if she's still gonna be number one by the end. Drawn TJ says Jim Ryan is fumbling like Sleepy Joe does going up the stairs. Damn. Okay, so Sleepy Joe's going up the stairs to see who though. Sir X-Man says just buy Crytek, give it a good price so it could just go through without a problem. And why Son of Rome 2? That is a very good one, Ham. Son of Rome was silently one of the best games of last gen.
Yeah, I was playing it earlier.
At least visually
in the show for everybody to watch, and yeah, man, that game was hot. That game was hot.
It's still today.
I still play it to this day. I played it just a few days ago. I mean, just to get that. I mean, I beat that game back in 2013, bro. Like 2013, early 2014 is when I beat that game. I think that was the first game that I purchased for my Xbox One. That, and I think Call of Duty like Ghosts or something. And bro, I freaking loved Rise Son of Rome, and I still to this day do. And I'm sitting here playing it on my Series X at 30 FPS, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's good. The QTEs in that game are just hot one. Cutting people's arms off. Woo!
Wow, man. Bro, hats off to you, Sir X-Man. That is a fire acquisition idea because it would go through quick, but the value proposition to Xbox. Like if they acquired Crytek and then announced Son of Rome 2, Ham, the hype would be insane. Like I can see a whole bunch of people pre-ordering the damn thing. It wouldn't be Starfield levels, but I think it'll be a banger.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely wouldn't be anything like Starfield or
nothing,
Call of Duty or anything.
Call of Booty.
But I think it'd be a big deal, kind of like what Capcom's big deal for them is like Devil May Cry. That could be what would be it for like Xbox if they had something like that.
Yeah,
it'd be something dope that's on the side that's not too insane.
Voidlock,
not too insanely expensive.
Voidlock says, I would love for Xbox to own the creators of Remnant and have them make a power fantasy type Gears of War. No. Remnant, if it's going to get acquired, should go to PlayStation. Because Remnant, listen, the makers of Remnant, they have something that PlayStation doesn't have. The gameplay loop. For anyone that's ever played Remnant, I'm telling you, that's never played Remnant. The gameplay loop in Remnant is masterpiece levels. All right? The movement, the class types, the weaponry, it's almost perfect. If you combine that with some proper storytelling on the side, bro, it's over. It's done. Sour Blow says Rise is an underrated game. Yes, true. Sir X-Men says don't forget Xbox having that Crytek engine. True. That would be wild. That would be insane. All right, so Ham, last point on this one. Will you be getting? Do you think this was an L for PlayStation to sign the deal with Xbox, or do you think it's perfectly fine? Not a problem.
At this point, I think it's an L because what they could have got compared to what they got, and all the the shakeup that they gave themselves and Xbox at the same time, the souring that is the relationship that is between them now. It is an L, but it's an L that needed to be taken. Like by that time, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't no way you're gonna take away one of your largest profit making pieces to your company because you're salty that you didn't get what you want, right? So yeah, I mean it's an L that needed to be taken, but at the same time, whatever. I think this is just hilarious, though. I think it is nuts, and it's good to see. And we had an argument a little bit about Phil Spencer, right?
Don't bring that to the show.
Oh, this guy, man, I'm just saying. We had an argument about it.
Fine, air out the laundry. Do it, bro. Do it. It's fine.
Do you want to do this
betray
right now?
Me live on air.
Just we don't have to do this right now.
Stick it in the front. Don't be Brutus. Don't be Brutus. Don't be stabbing me in my back when you're just talking to K Mega offline and you're like, yo, this happened. Do it right here with everyone here as a witness. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
So you really want to go down this route? Okay, so now
let's do it.
We just added 20 more minutes to the show, you guys. Great. So I told Loke that I think that Phil Spencer is the GOAT when it comes to head of a platform. Now, Loke, tell them what you think.
Okay, what I thought.
Not what you thought. Okay, fine. Go ahead, extrapolate the way that's comfortable for you. I don't want to tell you how to talk. This ain't court.
Yeah. So first off, we discussed this on K Mega's show. And they were talking about Phil Spencer is the GOAT of gaming execs, and I was like, hold the phone, some men right. This is not happening. You guys cannot be saying this rubbish. To the point where I even took it to one of my daily polls on Twitter, and it didn't go the way I thought it would go. A whole bunch of people said he was the freaking GOAT. I still told everyone to go jump off a bridge because that was wrong. Ham has moved my position on Phil Spencer not being the GOAT. So I still believe he's not the GOAT. All right?
Himself said that Loke's brain went Control-Alt-Delete when you said that.
Yeah. That was a bit much. So I still don't believe that he's the GOAT in general, but I do believe he is the GOAT of keeping. Oh my God, I can't believe I want to say this live. Jim, Phil Spencer is the GOAT of keeping competition alive in the video game space. I am comfortable with saying that. So, there I am. You see, that didn't take 20 minutes. We can move on now. All right?
I'm not buying that. You had this long wind up for you had this huge loading up the cannon. We're about to fire. Here it comes, and it's like the shot of a 22. Get the hell out of here. You going ahead and let it be heard what happened, Loke. And then before before we move on, I want to say what Jacob Novak sent me in the DMs. Or actually, I'm going to go ahead and say it now in the DMs, just to go ahead so I don't forget about it or whatnot. But shout out to Jacob Novak. He just sent me a DM with something interesting. This just in, apparently, Justice Kagan has rejected a long-term or a long-shot emergency request that was filed by gamers trying to block the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal. The salt is still flying currently. But please, look, continue to extrapolate on your opinion on this specific subject about Phil Spencer being the
So I got destroyed on Twitter. Like, I got destroyed on Twitter, and the chat, right now, the chat is just coming for my neck. Sir X-Man coming here threatening me. Mr. Joanna Dark says Phil is the GOAT. He took a sinking ship in Xbox, and look at where it's at.
I don't mean to take this big of a W.
Salblo.
I don't mean it, Loke. I don't mean it. It's just happening that way, but
Voidlock said Phil the GOAT. He got 2 major third-party IP and made Jim bend the knee. He only got caught for 10 years when he could have got all ABK games if he made a deal with Bobby. Drawn TJ. Damn, even Drawn TJ is turning on me. He said you're wrong. He is the GOAT. Lord. Mr. Digit said Loke got destroyed on Twitter from the sounds of it. It was bad. Like 96% of the people said that Phil's the GOAT. I was pretty confident it would be split or Phil wouldn't win. And yeah, it was just Phil all the way. And I was like, okay, cool. Recency bias is a thing. That's all I have to say on that, Ham. But going back to the subject at hand. Going back to the subject at hand. Yes, this is a big L for Jim Ryan, PlayStation, and Sony. But for me, I'm not looking at it at the fact that they could have had a better deal if they'd done this before. I'm looking at the fact that Jim Ryan said what he said to Bobby Kotick, saying that he doesn't want a better deal. He wants to kill the merger. And a lot of times people say, oh, don't believe the execs. They just talk. It's just PR stuff, you know? It's not what they really feel. It's not what they really think. One of the things that the trial showed us is what these people, because that's what they are. Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, Jim Ryan, Mark Cerny, Lulu, all these people, they're just people. We got to see what they really think, what they really feel, what they really say to each other. And Jim meant it when he said there is no deal on the face of the planet that would satisfy him or PlayStation, because that's what he represents, PlayStation. There's no deal except no deal. That's the only way PlayStation is satisfied. So no matter what deal they had signed, even if Microsoft had said you can have COD for 10 years and you can have all the future Activision Blizzard games for 10 years, 20 years, bro, it doesn't matter. That one phrase from Jim Ryan makes it clear. Homeboy wanted nothing, wanted none of this. To go from that to signing a deal, regardless of what the terms and conditions are, we still don't know what the revenue split is going to be because the freaking trial's gone. So now we don't get access to confidential information anymore. It doesn't matter what the deal is, the specifics. The point is, Jim said no, and Microsoft told him like the dude from Boondocks, this is going to happen. Now we can either do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. And here we are.
Well, look, why you look so uncomfortable there at the end, right there?
It's the truth, dog. It's the truth. That's what they said, and that's what's happened. They signed the damn
what you
deal.
look like. What you look like is the wrong motherfucker grabbed your booty, and you just noticed who it was.
It wasn't the. Oh, okay. You know, I'm not gonna finish.
The whole time you thought it was that girl over there, and instead it was that the one that was squatting over there, or something like that. and he looked back at you and gave you a little head nod, and you were just like, nah.
Oh man. Ham Solo Sexman is inviting you to the show with Mike Mullins tonight. See if you have some time for that.
I might. I might.
Mr. Joanna Dark says.
Oh, Mr. Joanna Dark.
Mr. Joanna Dark says Jim played factions and then said, "Nah, son, taking that card deal." Oh, dang.
Nah, son,
Hey, reality.
No. I thought you were reading.
Comes at you. What?
I thought you were reading the one before where Miss Joanna Dark said Jim Ryan is just the Ben Simmons of gaming.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. And then he said Jim Ryan did what he had to do for Sony, but I think he overplayed his hand and came back with beans. Hey, man, I like beans. Okay, I like beans with some chili. You know, yeah, I like beans. Mad Likes Game says look like MBG saying folks told Sony to come down with those party deals, those first party deals. First off, Matt, I love you, man, like a brother. But why would you insult me like this? Why would you put me? Why, Matt? I'm not even joking. I'm not even laughing right now. Why would you do this?
I'm laughing.
Why? All right. I'm ready to move on from this whole. I'm ready to move on from this whole bending knees thing because it happened. Knees. It happened. Let's move on.
I'm sure can we move ready to move on, Loke. You know why? You know why you're ready to move on?
Why?
Because the tables have turned, bud. The tables have turned.
What tables?
I'm just messing with you, man. Chill out. Relax. Move on.
This guy. Man. Matt's talking about because it's funny. No. My feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. MBG. For real? Jeez. Okay. Next. Let's move on to a happier topic. Xbox Live Gold is being discontinued and replaced with Xbox Game Pass Core. On September 14th, Xbox Live Gold is going away and being replaced by Xbox Game Pass Core. And Xbox Game Pass Core will cost $10 per month or $60 per year. Okay, so in line with Xbox Live Gold currently, what it currently costs. It will not include monthly free games, but will instead give subscribers access to a small selection of Game Pass titles. Any free games with gold games that have already been claimed will carry over. That's cute. I like it. Microsoft plans on updating the list of Xbox Game Pass Core games 2 to 3 times per year. Before we get into the actual games, right? Tortoise Hawaii Gaming, welcome in. Mahalo, brother. It's been a minute. Welcome in. Sir X-Men says Loki's losing this argument big time. Dude, I wasn't trying to argue anything. The knee was bent. I even had people DMing me and unfollowing me on Twitter because I said the knee was bent. What are we talking about here, dude? Jeez. Okay. Mr. 7, did you say who didn't see this coming? Medlex Game says Xbox Game Pass Core best deal in gaming. Okay, Ham Solo. First off, what are your thoughts on the Game Pass Core?
I think it stinks. I love me some Xbox. My favorite.
More than Adam 22?
Oh, what? Oh, no, my God. Get that out of here.
Does it stink more than Adam 22?
No, nothing stinks more than that. That's top notch. That's top notch putrid right there. I don't even want to talk about that.
Wow.
Get that out of here. I'm talking
top notch stinkery. Go ahead.
I'm talking about this Xbox Game Pass Core. I'm not feeling it. And a lot of people are telling, and here's something I'm gonna jump straight to. Everyone's saying, as if this is a great excuse, but it's been that way, Jack. It's been like this for a while. Like, the only thing that's changed is the name. Go to hell. No way. This still stinks, in my opinion. Like, whether something stunk before and had one name, and then you change it, it still stinks with the new name change. Okay? So that's my opinion on it. I don't like how it's $9.99 to be able to play online with 25 mystery games. Some being multiplayer and online, I'm sure. Because I'm sure they're not just going to give you 25 multiplayer games.
We have the list, yeah. They announced the list. I can tell you the list of games.
Go ahead.
So there's Among Us. Among Us.
Yeah, I know.
Super
Among
online
Us,
game.
Which is a free game.
Yep. Next game is Descenders. Then Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5, Guardians, Halo Wars 2, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay, and the coup de grace, the Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited. Go ahead, Em.
The games aren't bad that's on there. But the deal itself stinks. I think in my opinion, there should be no games on this list. And it should be like $6.99 or $7.99 just to play online. That's it. And then maybe $11.99 or $12.99 for the games and online. Having a middle tier or a tier above the basic tier without internet, I don't care if they did it before. It's dumb. Could you imagine having the lowest tier of Netflix, being able to stream, and then having the second tier of Netflix, you can't stream, but you can download them. And then the top tier, you do both. And have all these other things. Day one, no commercials, yada, 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 all this other stuff. To me, it's just weird that you take away something in a higher tier. Even though, yeah, I get it. It's only $1, right? But you're asking me to pay $1 extra to get more games but less internet when we know that some of these games, like, bro, Exoprimal. What are you saying? Like, is this? I'm guessing, this 100 games are going to be interchangeable, maybe. But are you telling me that in this 100 games list, you're not going to give me one of them that go online? I mean, that sounds like a task to go out of your way to make sure that every game you give me cannot go online. Or let me even put it even wilder. Like, remember, some of these games have DRM, so you can't play online, but you need online to play. That's just crazy. That sounds insane. You need online, but you can't play online. It's just weird to me. I just don't like it. I really wish they just do something to make sure that all the tiers have online. I don't get that. Not all the tiers not all tiers need to have games on them added to it, because some people just buy the game and they just want to play online. If you're huge in the Borderlands, you want to play online, you don't need Game Pass, you just need online. There are many games like that. 2K, Madden,
Call of Duty.
If you only play Madden, FIFA, or 2K or something like that, that's literally all you play. What are these 25 games for? You know what I mean? So it's just
okay. So black sausage comes in. Oh my god,
go
black sausage.
Black
Jesus.
sausage. God damn.
We just talked about Adam 22. What are we doing here, guys? We just talked about it. Come on. Anyway,
my god, man.
Black sausage. Black sausage just came in here and said. Black sausage said DRM isn't an online multiplayer function; it's an internet check-in. That's actually true. Fair point. Jason
I understand
says
it's an internet check-in, but you need it to be able to play. Is what I'm saying. You need to be able to check in to say I own this game, but you can't check in to multiplayer. That's what I'm saying. The
multiplayer side is dead. Yeah. Jason Portillo says they're probably reducing costs because they're transferring the 70 billion for the deal. Trying to be salty. Mr. 7-Digit, take your behind to Sony and pay more than Ham. There you go. Back from the dead. See,
and here's something I need to bring up real quick. I'm not arguing this really for me because I'm an Ultimate guy. At the end of the day, I'm on Ultimate. I got Game Pass Ultimate.
I think most of us are. I think most of us are.
Yeah. Most of us here are probably on Ultimate. None of us are probably below PC Pass 1. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, what I like to do when I go back to my hometown or when people are asking about video games, of course, the first thing that I think of is my favorite platform. Just like any of you guys. If your mom comes up to you,
spreading the gospel of Xbox.
I'm just saying, like, anybody that's an anybody, when they say, yo, bro, what kind of TV or do you recommend? You're probably going to recommend the TV that your favorite brand is. Right? So it's the same thing with video games. Somebody asks me, yo, I know that I know that you know some video games. What do you recommend? I would recommend Xbox, and then I'd say get Game Pass Ultimate. And then if they said, yo, $16.99 a month or whatever, $99 a month, that's a little high. Is there any other tiers that are available? I'm telling you that these two tiers, the core and the tier after it, I don't know which one to advertise because to me, they both stink. That's what I'm saying. This is the problem is for me. I'm an Ultimate guy, but not everybody that I talk to is going to pay more than $10 a month for a gaming service. So when I say, yo, the lower tier will give you online gameplay so you can play with me and you'll get these 25 games. And they're like, that's cool. And then I say, but there's another one that's $10.99 and it comes with more games. And they're like, dope. I'll see you online. And I'm like, whoa, now. You won't see me online.
You won't see me online.
Okay. I'm just saying, make that make sense when you tell your buddies that.
It done. Lady Foxfire says they shouldn't be charging for online anymore. I play on PC Game Pass and I don't pay to play. Back from the dead said, just make all Xbox online free. See, this is it, Ham. You know, a lot of people talk about Xbox is making a big shift within gaming because of Game Pass and the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. I think if Xbox makes this move and they have the money to withstand whatever change, I think, right, in the short term, Xbox should get in a meeting with Satya Nadella and Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg. If you're really for the players, kill it. Kill it dead. No more paying for online gaming on console. Kill it.
I disagree.
Because
I disagree.
Hold on, let me finish. Because if you look at these tiers, did you notice that the core and the PC are the same price? But the PC has everything that's in Ultimate, but you don't have to pay for online. For me, this communicates something that K-Mega put on Twitter earlier on. I'm actually piggybacking off of a point he made. This makes console players they're like texting people that on console, and they're being super cool to everyone on PC. Because on PC you get all the games, you get the day one games, you get the member deals, you get the EA Play memberships, and you don't have to pay for online, but you're paying $10. On console, you get the exact same thing that's on PC, but you're paying $17. Now tell me why you disagree.
Well, see, you said you're getting everything on Ultimate with that's not exactly true, I believe. I'm not sure if you can I'm not sure if you can do cloud gaming or if all of the same benefits are really available to PC gaming as they are for I mean, I could be wrong. But why I think that there should be some sort of charge for online gaming is just to keep it protected and cared about. We seen what happened with PlayStation when their shit was free. So that's the only argument that I really kind of have, just to maybe give it a little bit of funding just so they give a damn and continue to give a damn about it. And I'm not saying it should be like $10. I'm saying it should be like $5, $6, $6.99 max, just to be able to play online. And then that's
Crumpled Sin Skin says Game Pass Core is just rebranded Xbox Live Gold with better selection of games. The other two tiers haven't changed. I'm confused about the confusion. So, Ham, I'll give my response, and you can also give yours if you want.
Sure.
For me, this feels like a missed opportunity. First off, this was a chance to kill charging people for online gaming on console. And second, the price of PC being the same price as core, but getting way more value on PC, but on core, which is console, getting like almost nothing. So for me, it's like indirectly communicating that PC is the priority, and that upsets me. Go ahead, if you want to say something about Crumpled Sin Skin, or you just want to keep it moving.
No, I'm interested to ask him back if that $9.99 can be switched to $60 and be done with for the whole year, or if you're paying $9.99 and that's it. Because the difference, if we're going to talk about the difference between gold and the core, could be, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's $9.99 a month with no yearly price. Which
there is a yearly price.
Is there a yearly price? Is it $60?
Yes, it's $60.
Well then that one right there, the core.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To me, the core isn't the problem. The problem is the second one.
Console.
The second, the Xbox console one is the problem. Then, in my opinion,
where you get the game but no online.
Remember, I told you this before when we were on the phone before the show earlier. I said they could fix this whole thing by just making the second tier $12.99 and put online. Problem solved.
Yeah.
In my opinion, problem solved, because now you're getting a ton more games and online, and it's in between the price of $16.99
and then the difference between
and $9.99.
But then the only difference would be EA Play.
I'm sorry, say that again.
And I'm saying if you add online to console, the only difference would be Ultimate would have EA Play, and console wouldn't have EA
and
Play.
Cloud gaming and the ability to play on PC.
The perks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ultimate would still be a much better tier than that with just internet added to it. And that's really all I'm saying. You can tell me, oh, well, core is the same thing as gold. Fine. I'll take that argument. I'll take the L for that one. For getting frustrated with that. That's fine. I'll hold on to that for y'all. I got y'all. But what I won't bend on is the second tier. To not have internet included in one of your tiers is just goofy, in my opinion. Especially when you're offering, when you're saying you're going to offer 100 plus or hundreds of games or whatever, and not have internet, it just seems so ass backwards.
Wow, the chat's going off. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in and sharing your thoughts. Steve Biko says regular Game Pass is unchanged from what it was before, I believe. Yes, I think the only ones that haven't changed is like PC and Ultimate. Ultimate has just increased price. That's pretty much it. The other two is the one that are the ones that are new-ish, because core essentially is games with gold. Fifth Horseman, welcome in, says the reason they can't kill paid online or add online to console, which is basic Game Pass, is because it will devalue / cannibalize GPU sub. What they should do is make online free for games that are in Game Pass. Ham, would this move the needle for you?
I think that would be okay. I actually kind of agree with that. Because at least the games that are in the subscription service would be playable for you. I mean, it would be to me. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it a few more seconds, I'm not sure now. I'm still like I'm fighting this, because it's just like that. Because then you're saying, yo, if I go buy 2K, I can't play online, and that still stinks to me. So
it's half the point why you buy 2K.
I was starting to lean and disagree. I mean, agree with Fifth Horseman, and then now I'm right back into my same corner that I started at. I'm right back where I started, where I'm just like, damn, like it would still stink to want to play something as simple as Rocket League. That's a free-to-play game, and I can't play online. And I'm paying $10 a month. $11 a month. My bad.
Lady Foxfire says, I have Game Pass Ultimate on my Xbox because I have a game share partner. Okay. I personally think Game Pass Ultimate is the only way to really do it. You know? Like, I don't even play on PC, but I pay for Ultimate because there's not much of a choice, really. Steve
you don't Biko play your says Football Manager on PC at all? You don't play Football Manager on PC?
Oh yeah, I do.
So that's
actually a good point. That's a good point. I do play Football Manager, but Football Manager is not on Game Pass. I don't think it's on Game Pass. Point is, for me, that's a mostly console player. Just like what Steve Biko said, they basically force an upgrade to Ultimate. Exactly that. If you want to get the best value, the best bang for your buck, you have to pay for Ultimate. Because if you go for core, you miss out on all the other stuff. Because you just want online. If you go for console, then you miss out on online.
I think you're right, Sour Blow. I think you're right about that.
What did he say?
No, he said free to play games don't need multiplayer don't need multiplayer.
So you have to pay.
I think he's right about that, because I think that was a big deal like 2 years ago on Xbox. I want to say, like at the end of 2021, I believe they made free to play games accessible for people. So I think that might be what Sour Blow is talking about. And
Rocket League is not a good example specifically. Just Rocket League.
Rocket League and Fortnite and
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends, I believe.
Probably not.
Yeah. See, Mr. Joanna Dark just confirmed that free-to-play games, you don't need a gold to play. So that makes this whole argument interesting. But at the same time, you still need it to play 2K. You still need it to play Madden. You still need it to play FIFA.
Drawn TJ, today's MVP on TSWS Gaming with another super chat says, make the family plan $30, but you get all DLC from first party and the game day one, plus add EA Pro and Ubisoft Plus.
God damn.
That would get me. I'm paying $30, no problem. If that's what's happening, I'm paying, not a problem.
The Boom said Rocket League. I love Rocket League.
Hold on. Let me read the Poom's previous one, because this one's interesting. The Poom said, I have Super Mario Maker collecting dust because I don't want to pay online, and I paid full price for that game. I think we underestimate how much people are against the idea of paying for online, especially people that know that on PC it's free. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's one of those things that if you're not aware of PC, you're cool with it. But if you're aware of what happens on PC, it's a bummer. And that's why I'm stressed out about it. Mr. Jonah what? Mr. Jonah Doug says Football Manager is on Game Pass PC. I'm going to have to check that.
Yeah, it is. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Okay. Even you know this. Okay. So X-Men says, look, I think they need to have a yearly charge for Ultimate Game Pass for those who want it. Yeah.
Yes.
Just let the hardcore gamers do the gaming.
Of God. For the love of God, please give us a yearly. Because it'd be nice to be like, I'm paid up for the next 3 years. And just be done with it. Like, just be done with it. Even if it's only like a $15 or $20 savings.
It's fine. Because we're going to do it regardless.
Right.
Most of us are going to do it regardless. Sour Blow says, this means Microsoft is pushing Xbox players to play on PC or cloud. Yes. That's I mean, come on. They've been saying this to us indirectly for years now. Shouldn't be surprised. All right. Oh god. Okay. Back from the Dead says, imagine you got a console or PC, only Game Pass and ABK closes with all COD games going to Game Pass. Sorry, they only gave you the campaigns. Ooh.
See, you don't like to hear that.
Yeah. That would suck. That would be terrible. I think we would lose even more Xbox subscribers on this channel, because then I would go hard on that one if they did that. Oof. No. Voidlock says CD keys.
Oh, go ahead. Finish up, and then I got something to say.
Okay, Voidlock says CD keys $30 for 3 months, Game Pass Ultimate. All right, thanks for plugging that one. Go ahead, Em.
No, that's a fantastic deal, because you think about it's $15 a month, so you're getting pretty much 1 month free out of that situation. Price. Or actually, it's going to be $16.99 a month, so that's even better of a deal. So keep your eye out for that. Maybe cop a few of those. Stack. But anyways, something I wanted to do, just quick little commercial for our channel. Thanks everybody for showing up. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you guys showed up and haven't done so yet. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have 2 different tiers for memberships. If you guys want to be a member of this channel, you totally can. The starting one is $2, $1.99 or $2, one of those. And then the second tier is $10. The first tier comes with emotes and being able to be part of the drawing on Friday for the $10
voucher.
The $10 voucher, and then the second tier will get you like behind the scenes with us before and after certain shows, specifically Bull Sitting. We might do some behind the scenes of other shows depending on guests and stuff like that. But for right now, it's just for bullshitting, and it'll be pretty. And those conversations get pretty interesting depending on the guests, and also because Koji Beluga is freaking insane. So it's always a good time. Thank you everybody that came through and watched, and also those of you that stuck around to listen to this whole commercial. Let's continue, Loke.
Real quick, also, our subscription fee is the same price as Game Pass Core. So for the 7 people that are currently subscribed, we do have 7 people subscribed to the second tier. Really appreciate that you guys think we have the same value as Xbox. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate that.
P-Roda says LMAO, he's smoking crack. Who is smoking crack?
Shit.
Okay. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Xbox Game Pass Friends and Family preview is ending soon. Wah, wah, wah. So a Microsoft spokesperson confirmed to IGN via email. So for anyone that wasn't aware, this story is coming from our dear beloved IGN. A Microsoft spokesperson confirmed to IGN
via say that every time. I hate it. I absolutely
via
hate it
email.
I don't love IGN. I think a lot of people could agree with me.
Oh my lord, Mr. 7 Digit said your sub-service sucks. No online. Hey man, we're as better as Xbox. I'm just saying. Anyway, so a Microsoft spokesperson confirmed to IGN via email that the company will end the Xbox Game Pass Friends and Family preview on August 15. So this is a direct quote. We're excited about how the Friends and Family plan has resonated with gamers, and we'll be evaluating the learnings to help create an offer that we can bring to more players worldwide in the future, a Microsoft spokesperson said in a statement sent to IGN. The announcement comes a little over a week after Microsoft increased the price of Game Pass, with an ultimate subscription now costing $17 a month and Xbox Game Pass for consoles now costing $11 per month. Price for PC Game Pass, however, remain unchanged. Ham, I'm going to go first on this one. South Africa was one of the countries that was selected to be like a testing area for the Friends and Family plan. Me and my brother signed up for it, and it was a blast. My bank account was very happy, and I hope to God and all the gaming gods that Xbox rolls this out for the entire planet permanently, because we all have these communities and we love to play together. So what better way to grow your brand if you're Xbox, right? What better way to grow your brand than to say you can save money if you can convince your friend and your other friend to sign up for Game Pass. So it's like a pyramid scheme, but you actually get something out of it.
Really, to me, it sounds like a phone service like Verizon or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you get you're the main contract holder, and the more people you have on the plan, the cheaper it could be, because they'll all pay you to continue the cycle. So I mean, I think the idea sounds phenomenal. We've talked about it before on here. It's interesting that we have somebody on the panel, you being somebody that got to take advantage of a deal like that. So that's pretty dope. So you had the works. You had Ultimate for everybody.
Yes, for everyone. And I was essentially paying, and this might piss some people off, like $8.99, $9. I had Ultimate, and I was paying about $9. So I hope they do it. Like, as we speak about it right now, I'm less and less concerned about the tiers, because I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, it's fine. It's fine. As soon as this thing gets rolled up proper, me and my brothers are just gonna have it super cheap. So it's cool. And I hope PlayStation copy and paste, y'all. PlayStation, take notes. Take notes. I know you guys think Africa doesn't exist, but take notes. All right. Let's go to the chat real quick before you jump on this one. Mr. 7 Digit says Microsoft acting all brand new. Oh, okay. Drawn TJ, man. Moment of celebration and drop a tear for Drawn TJ. This man. Thank you. Drawn TJ says gameplay was shown last week for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. What do you guys think? I can't wait. I never liked the Test Drive games. I got
Fuck you.
I think 1 or 2.
You piece of shit.
Being honest.
No, I'm just being honest.
The cars felt very slidey on the road. I don't know what it looked nice, especially on 360. It looked beautiful, but the cars didn't feel very. I don't know. It felt unnatural driving on Test Drive. But go ahead, Am. Stop cursing. But go ahead.
I'm excited for the new Test Drive. I think that's going to be hot. I think it's going to be hot in comparison to like something like Forza or Need for Speed. I'd say maybe pause, relax. I don't think it's going to be that good, but I think it's going to be closer to the level of Need for Speed than anywhere near like a Forza. I think Forza just has it just strictly on lock, like signed, sealed, and delivered. But as for, I think it might sneak up on Need for Speed if done right. Because man, Test Drive,
dude, Unbound.
Test Drive back in the day, bro. Test Drive, especially for the PS2, bro. Test Drive was so dope, especially with Dom's charger on the front. That Test Drive, loved it. Soundtrack, lovely. Gameplay, fun.
There was Test Drive on the PS2.
Yeah,
I was too busy.
There's Test Drive all the way back on the original. There's Test Drive on the original PlayStation.
Sorry, I was too busy on Gran Turismo. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's Test Drive on the original PlayStation. There was Test Drive off-road as well with the 4x4 version too. So I mean, there was a couple different versions of Test Drive.
Off-road, the only game to play was Colin McRae Rally. That was just peak off-road driving. Amazing. The X-Man says, why does Microsoft keep talking to IGN? Stop it. Get some help. So X-Man, I'm going to piss you off even more. IGN partnered with Xbox for an entire showcase. And the showcase is on IGN's page, not on Xbox's page. So they tight. Xbox might acquire IGN at this point. I'm just saying. Mr. 7 Digit said Loke always gotta go against
fire everybody that works in the news spot, right? Just get rid of these bums. No, I'm just kidding. Jeez Louise.
IGN is not biased. IGN is not biased. Oh Lord. Sapo says that's the adopt a pony plan. Lord in heaven. Drawn TJ with another super chat. Thank you so very much. Says the people that make WRC are making it. What? WRC is
take a seat, sir. Take a seat, because you know WRC, that's a game that a lot of people sleep on right there.
I love WRC. It's the best rally game available. It's amazing. What? Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna let me add that to my thumb.
Look at Lo. He flipping over like a pancake. Look at
dude. You know what? Ham, people like to call me partisan and all this stuff, right? I go where the information and where the quality is at. If you give me new information, right? If you give me new information, I'm going to change my opinion if it makes sense. So, I'm feeling.
That's usually how it's supposed to work, Loke. But a lot of people
supposed to go like that. Yo, there's some people you can give them new information, new facts, right? And they're like, nope, my box is still better than yours.
Yep. Here's some clear facts for you, and they're like, that looks a little muddy still. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Fifth Horseman actually he encapsulates exactly what my feelings are on Test Drive. He says I like both TDU. The driving is shit. Exactly what I feel about the games that I played on 360 at least. But it was a lifestyle thing, and the sounds and interior customization. I know Solar Crown won't be anywhere near as good as Forza, but it might be decent. Again,
I agree.
My problem with Test Drive was the actual driving. The actual driving was my issue. But everything else around it, it looked beautiful. The setting, the cars themselves, it looked nice. But the actual playing of the game, it felt a lot like Street Fighter. Before Street Fighter 6. Don't attack me, guys. It felt like Street Fighter 5. Where it looks nice, but when you're playing it, it looks stiff. It felt stiff and finicky. So
I can give you that. It does feel kind of. It did feel kind of stiff. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6, on the other hand, mwah. Voidlock says flip flop. Yes, I flip flop. if you bring me new information, bruv, I will change my opinion, especially if it makes sense. All right. I think we're done with the Game Pass friends and family preview. Or do you have anything else to add on this, Ham?
No, I'm good.
All right. Oh yes, Voidlock says I hope Xbox bring back True Crime. Yes, that would be good. That would be nice. The next piece of news we have today is Assassin's Creed Mirage's ESRB rating reveals a new story. So, a new story detail. So there's spoilers in this one. Ham, can you please put a quick poll to ask people if we can attack the spoilers in this one? And we'll go to the next subject, and then based on what the response is, we'll attack it or just ignore it. I think that's a democratic way to go about it, right? So we don't chase people away. Ham, you there?
So you're asking me if we should reveal spoilers at all for
Assassin's Creed Mirage, because the article has spoilers. So some people are deep into the story, like me, but I hate to say it, I stopped caring about the story of Assassin's Creed after the whole Ezio saga ended. That was kind of it right there. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next subject and let everyone make their opinions. The next subject is Xbox's Larry. It's a heavy Xbox episode today. Xbox's Larry Herb, better known as Major Nelson, steps down after 20 years. Yes. Larry Herb, better known as Major Nelson, has announced that he is stepping away from Xbox after spending over 2 decades with Microsoft. He announced his departure from the company on Twitter, saying, "After 20 incredible years, I have decided to take a step back and work on the next chapter of my career as I take a moment and think about all we have done together. I want to thank the millions of gamers around the world who have included me as part of their lives." Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on Major Nelson as a figure in the gaming space? Also, anyone in the chat, go ahead and share your memories or thoughts on Major Nelson. Go ahead, Ham.
He was a lifeline for Xbox. He was a big, extremely integral piece to Xbox, especially in the earlier times. I feel like this exit is as gracious as it could possibly get. And really probably the right time with Xbox making so many changes. I don't have a problem with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think this is like one of those situations where it's just like everybody in the office knows you, and it was getting to that time. So to see the exit that he had, it was only applaudable to me in comparison to some of the cannon fodder that people like to use of, look at that guy, he's leaving Xbox. This isn't one of those situations to me. This is one of those situations to me where somebody put in their time, their due diligence, busted ass, and is leaving a happy person. Not leaving because a change happened and I don't agree with it. Just purely leaving because, I want to do some other stuff with my life, and what better time than now? And I've been around and done so much good here that I want to leave on a positive note who knows if anything happened at all. But I just have a hard time believing something did, seeing that he's just done this so graciously, and everyone on the way out the door gave him a hug. I mean, a written hug, but a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was talking about the day or two later. Oh man, I'm still going through all these DMs, man. I'm pretty much talking about emotional. He's crying. And I believe him. Cause see, I mean, think about his life with Xbox. He's been there since like the jump, man. He's been there since the early times. And to get all the way to where you see this company that you're working for go to the brink of about to,
dominate.
Well, he went from mediocre to fairly dominant to really mediocre to bad. Yeah. Back to watching the team that he's on the sidelines with, in the trenches with, go right back up to contention.
I'm not leaving, dude. No, and then, I'm seeing this one out.
I think he's doing what is right and getting out while the getting's good. Who knows where? Because even us fans are kind of like, what does this mean? Like Activision Blizzard deal? It means sustainability, sure, but we don't know how this is gonna be all played out in 10 years. We don't know what Xbox looks like in 10 years. And I'm sure Larry, he has a better idea than any of us does, but maybe he looks at that and says, you know what? This is a great moment to give somebody else my position and get out of Dodge while I'm happy with the direction that we're going.
Yeah.
So that's really all I got to say about it. Shout out to Larry, aka Major Nelson.
Major Nelson. So
20 years, bro. That's the whole life cycle, pretty much, of Xbox, minus like 2 years.
So, real quick, for everyone here that knows that I am the known pony on this show, me and Major Nelson are friends on Xbox. And I know he's friends with a lot of people on Xbox, but we've actually gotten on and played a couple of times. So I know him. We're not like homies or close or anything, but I do know the person we're talking about. And I disagree with the move. I do disagree with it. I think he should have stayed on. But I wish him all the best, and I hope everything works out for him. And yeah, just like what Ham said, he represents something very big and almost pure in the Xbox community. Because like you said, Ham, the man came out and said that he's emotional. He didn't have to post a video or pictures or whatever, and we all believe him because of what he stands for. There's integrity there. There's love for the game, literally love for the games in everything Major Nelson does. So hats off to him and wish him all the best. So X-Men says, I repeat, I'm not playing Activision. I'm guessing he means Activision. Should get the rights to make a brand new Project Gotham. Ham Solo, please tell us how much you love Project Gotham, because I know this is a real thing for you. Go ahead.
Project Gotham, there isn't like a crazy amount of love that I have for Project. I don't have the nostalgia.
It's Midnight Club, right?
It's Midnight Club. It's Sega GT.
Oh, okay.
It's
my bad.
That like
every time I see like a mid racer, I'm like, no, isn't that one of the games that Ham loves? Go ahead.
Project Gotham isn't mid now. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
Next to
Gran
Turismo, it's okay. Next to Gran Turismo, it's okay. Finish your point.
I'm not taking that serious. Anyways, Project Gotham, I honestly don't see any room for Project Gotham racing to come back.
No,
especially if Xbox owns anything that has to do with any other racers, I don't think they're coming. Like if Xbox gets Sega, I don't see Sega GT coming. I don't.
Yeah, that's not happening.
They're not going to be. Although that's one of my favorite racers from back in the day. And I thought it was great. I don't see why Xbox would focus on that whatsoever. They already got two different racers. One that's a simulation and one that's just kind of screw around.
Yeah. So
why would they go? Why would they add a third one in to compete with either one of those two?
All right. To me, going back to. All right. Fifth Horseman says he was important. He was important inside guy. I didn't pay much attention to him on the community side as Major Nelson. Lady Foxfire says I've seen Major Nelson since they used to make videos on Xbox 360, and my friends loved his Friday giveaways. Yeah, Voidlock said Major Nelson.
Free Code Fridays. Yeah.
Yep. Voidlock said Major Nelson, the GOAT for never jumping ship till in bad times. Big Mad Mo said Gran Turismo is the epitome of mid. Maybe the most recent one.
Damn,
maybe the most recent one.
That was this unnecessary.
Guy, bro.
This man just out here just taking shots, man. He's just taking random shots.
Yeah. Fifth Horseman says, I wonder if he's retiring completely or is he a sleeper agent going to plant the seeds for the next acquisition like Mike Ibarra? Ham, first off, he didn't say he's retiring. He said he's looking forward to the next chapter of his career.
Oh my goodness. He really just said Mike Ibarra was a secret agent in Activision. Well, him and Rod Ferguson just went and infiltrated Activision and gave Microsoft all the detail and was like, all right, strike.
Get him. They called it in. Blue. They called it in.
Blue.
He went to get his burner phone and he's like, Phil, do it. And then boom, it's over. Sir X-Men says, Hams, I miss getting my kudos in Project Gotham Racer. Okay. Oh, Drawn TJ, thank you very much. Another super chat. Says Activision owns Bizarre Creations. They made Gotham and Blur. Activision made Tenchu, or published Tenchu. They didn't make it, but they published Tenchu.
Right.
There's so many great IP. But let's be real, guys. What are the odds that even 50% of the Activision IP gets produced? Seriously, Ham, be honest. Like from 0 to 100%, what are the odds that they actually do something with the rest of the IP besides Call of Duty, Candy Crush, etc.?
Well, the IP is monstrous that they own. Like
massive.
Like, so I think if they just get 20%, I'm freaking stoked. Just 20% of the IP that they got. If
what's
they
realistic though? What's realistic?
What's like 10? And that's
I'm
still
thinking
a lot.
5. I'm thinking 5. Activision will give us
and I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking like 20, 30 years in the future too. I'm saying 10%.
Damn.
Of that maybe. And some may say, oh, that's kind of low. Well, I'm also thinking about new IP, which I think Xbox will want to do with them. They'll want to create new IP with them and kind of leave some of the old stuff, fortunately or unfortunately, behind. One thing, if this, like for instance, if Indiana Jones ends up becoming a huge hit and you end up seeing a second Indiana Jones, you can forget about Pitfall. Depending on how well Grand Theft Auto does, This is my personal opinion, and I don't like my own answer on this one. So y'all relax in the chat. I feel like if Grand Theft Auto comes out to be good enough, and it does good enough for Xbox, you might have to floor the thought of a true crime ever coming back out. Think about that. Which I would love to see a new true crime. I would love to see a new situation where you're, on the police. Yeah, you're on the police force and you're playing, you're trying to, fight for your dad's, your dad died on the job and you're trying to, figure stuff out and get, fight for his honor, I guess. I'd love to see another situation like that, dude. True Crimes was amazing. We're throwing,
yes, for its time, it was something else. It was mind blowing. The story, it was special. Since we're talking about what we would like to see from Activision, Ham, if Xbox makes Tenchu, even if it's just a freaking remake, the same story, same beats with Rikimaru, etc., I might just have to fold. That'll do it for me. If Xbox make Tenchu, that'll do it for me. I know it's niche, probably will never get made because the sales would be abysmal and whatever. But if they gave Tenchu a proper remake treatment, that would do it for me. All right. Okay. So the poll. Okay, the poll is fine enough.
60-40.
Yeah, clearly y'all want to know what's going on with the whole Assassin's Creed thing. So let's do it.
Sorry for those of you that took the L, but you might want to leave if you don't want to hear anything about the new Assassin's Creed. This is your disclosure moment to get the hell up out of here. If you don't want to hear anything about Assassin's Creed,
just make sure you like before you leave. Just like before you leave, all right?
Go on ahead, Loke. I'll be right back.
Then you can go. All right. So I'm going to butcher these names in terms of pronunciation, but anyone who's been playing the new Assassin's Creed games will know who I'm talking about. Basim Ibn Ishak is the intriguing protagonist of the next game in Assassin's Creed franchise, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Basim played a significant role in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, serving as a mentor and friend to Ivor. Later, during AC Valhalla's storyline, it is revealed that Basim is also the human reincarnation of Isu Loki, who survived the Great Catastrophe using Yggdrasil, an ancient supercomputer. The character used to preserve his consciousness. Basim then tries to betray Ivor, but ends up getting trapped inside Yggdrasil's chamber for many centuries, until he manages to trick the assassin Layla Hassan into freeing him, replacing her as the protagonist for the modern-day storyline. The ESRB synopsis mentions that players can use a variety of weapons in order to murder soldiers, boss characters, and even fellow assassins. This is a compelling piece of information, as it suggests that Basim might potentially betray his order sometime during the storyline. This plot point might also suggest a modern-day dispute between Basim and the Assassin Order, as evidenced by the ending of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which strongly implied that Basim might have malicious intent towards the Order, as he insisted on having a face-to-face talk with William Miles. William had a conversation with Basim via the Animus, where it was decided that Basim would explore his genetic sequences in the Animus, which will be the plot of Assassin's Creed Mirage. Sapo says no matter what they do, it's going to take a few years before anything happens. Sir X-Men says I don't play Assassin's Creed. I don't care. Yeah, I haven't cared about Assassin's Creed since the third one in the Ezio collection. As for these spoilers, I guess the only real value is in the gameplay. So we know here that you have various weapons to murder soldiers and boss characters and even fellow assassins. This is intriguing because in the Assassin's Creed showcase, they kind of hinted to you having some choice in the actions that you that you take in game. So you might be able to kill like your fellow assassins from the order and then maybe change the story. We'll see. This is just me like stretching it out all the way. But yeah, those are the spoilers.
So put me on game. What's going on?
For anyone that stayed. A whole bunch of characters.
It's like I left at the perfect time.
Yeah, there's telenovela stuff here. This guy, Basim, is the protagonist for the next game. He is apparently the human incarnation of Isu Loki, a character that survived the Great Catastrophe using Yggdrasil, an ancient supercomputer. Those two words intertwined just make me laugh. An ancient supercomputer. I'm sorry. So he used the supercomputer. He used the supercomputer to preserve his consciousness. And then he tries to betray Ivor. Oh yeah, he was a mentor to Ivor in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And then he tried to betray Ivor but lost. And then ended up getting trapped inside Yggdrasil, the supercomputer. And then he trapped the assassin Layla Hassan into... He tricked the assassin Layla Hassan into freeing him from Yggdrasil and then replaced her consciousness, becoming the protagonist for the modern day storyline. Essentially, that's pretty much it.
It's a pain in the ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So when you talk about spoilers, all you had to do was look at the wall for 3 seconds, and you would have fucking forgot where you were, and you wouldn't have been spoiled at all.
Look, I have to say this, Sam.
Just scratch your elbow or something, and you'll just be lost.
Remember, you played the first Assassin's Creed games, correct?
Yes.
Those were convoluted as well, Ham.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Those were convoluted as shit. But we could keep track, and this is just me trying to find a reason why. I think you could keep track because they were good, compelling characters. And it was a story that was ongoing, but with the same characters. This one feels kind of forced. And even the levels of convoluted is like all the way there, you know? So it kind of just makes you lazy to keep track.
And to me, see, it is kind of pushed, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's totally fine, because if you're trying to tap back into that mojo that you had, you kind of need to rejuvenate those routes that you made previously. So if it was convoluted before, guess what? Still kind of needs to be a little bit.
Let me go left. Let me go left.
Let me finish then. Let me finish then before you do.
Guys, finish.
I think that it does. And then on top of that, I think the whole point is to give you the same or similar feelings that you used to get in the last ones. So they're trying to take notes on that, and some of that may feel forced, sure. But I think for those people that's been looking for something like this, that's exactly what they're looking for. And in my opinion, I think this new Assassin's Creed game is going to be good. I'm going to be playing it. I'm not my person that I game share with It's one of his favorite games. So I have the opportunity to be able to play it because he's going to buy it day one, and I'm going to be getting Spider-Man since I don't have to pay to get that game. So I'm excited. But yeah, as long to me, as long as I can jump off of something, stab somebody in the neck, and they don't get up like nothing just happened, then I'm good. I'm 100% happy. I feel like they made the comeback. I want the stealth to mean something. I want the attacks to mean something, and I don't want it to be level based. That's one of the things that I hated about what was it? Ghost Recon Breakpoint when it initially came out. I know they changed it from then, but it already lost me at that point. So
your headshots mean less because you're level 12 and the guy you're headshotting with no helmet, the guy you're headshotting at the moment is level 15. So your headshots don't really translate.
Yeah,
what kind of logic is this?
I really didn't like that in the newer Assassin's Creed. But don't get me wrong, the newer Assassin's Creeds are fun. It's just not the same.
It's not Assassin's Creed. It's not
Assassin Creed to me completely because you can go so far out of the realm of sneaking, especially if you overpower your character, which to me is a problem, but on the opposite end, right? So instead of not being able to knife somebody and having them and they get up off of too much, now if you're overpowered, which is kind of hard to do in that game because your levels kind of follow you, but let's just say you're beating the heck out of these simplistic people, but the people that look similar or just have a different number above their name, but they look the exact same, are somehow insanely difficult. And I don't like that.
Drawn TJ says, Ham Solo, we should play Diablo 4 sometime this week. Blur is a car combat racing game like Twisted Metal, but with real licensed cars. Ham, you should make some time to play with Drawn TJ.
I'm down.
I'm telling you, you should do it just because of super chats. I don't care if he's terrible at the game. I don't care if he's level 1, dude. Just do it. All right.
No, me and Drawn have played a game before. I'd be down to play some more Diablo.
I get it. Jeez, can't even make a joke on you.
I know.
So last point on the story about Mirage. Last point on the story about Mirage. Ham. Instead of putting in all these characters, right? And this is me going left. Just give us Desmond. Just do it. Because you didn't really end Desmond's story properly. Just give us Desmond, and then figure out a way for Desmond to transition it to a more diverse protagonist. Properly.
Who knows, it could be working towards. They could be working towards Desmond. In my opinion, I think that would be like
that's what's going to work.
Kind of a grand junction into the game, where it's just like, oh, we built this person huge now. Now let's add Desmond and give him his story arc, but make you miss the previous character that you just had. So maybe we're bouncing back and forth between two instead of just one. Or have them run into each other somehow.
Do that. The Fifth Horseman says we'll all be level 1 come Thursday. What's happening on Thursday? Is that season 1?
Yep. Talking about Diablo. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so salty about this whole thing. You know what? Let's not get into it. Let's not. Jason Portillo says, didn't they kill him? Okay, this is a franchise. The first 3 games, right, of Assassin's Creed are near and dear to me. Sorry, not the first 3 games. The first 4 games with the Ezio collection. I won't be spoiling it. I know it's old as dirt, but I will not be spoiling or discussing it for anyone. You want the proper Assassin's Creed experience? Ladies and gentlemen, go and get the Ezio collection. It's available on PlayStation, on Xbox, and it still holds up till today. One of the best trilogies you will ever play. Portillo, settle down. All right, last point. And this news story is actually kind of cringe, but it's the last one. Assassin's Creed Mirage will get official gaming suit that lets you feel parkour and punches. So if you're like that guy in that parking lot, the video that's making rounds on Twitter, you know which one I'm talking about. The guy in the parking lot on his knees, hands behind his back. You know, don't act like you don't know. You know what I'm talking about. If you like him, here you go. Here's a gaming suit that hurts you. Ubisoft has partnered with OWO to create a haptic feedback vest that will allow wearers to physically feel the actions of protagonist Basim as he parkours and fights his way through a 9th century Baghdad in Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is a quote. By leveraging OWO's great groundbreaking technologies and expertise, we're able to immerse players in the world, sounds, and sensations of Assassin's Creed Mirage in an innovative and enhanced way, said Fabian Solomon, lead producer at Ubisoft Bordeaux. We can't wait for our players to discover and enjoy the coming-of-age story of Basim with the power of OWO. The founder edition of the system is currently on sale for 500 euros on OWO's website. Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on this one, and will you be getting it? Go ahead.
I'm just trying to envision my big ass putting on one of those fucking suits. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
What am I doing? I'm putting on one of those to get my ass whooped. Like, what is this? like, it reminds me of that post K Mega put on about the dude asking to get kicked in the nuts for money.
Yeah. Yep.
And the women are just like beating him, and like he finds it just fantastic, even though he gets kicked in the nuts twice.
Yep.
Something vicious too. It was not just like I mean, I don't know how you kick somebody in the nuts nicely, but
gently. How do you do it properly?
But it wasn't like a WWE or WWF like pretend nut kick. It was like
it was swinging.
It was like one of those films where you kind of like you can feel it in your own growing when you see it. It's one of those kicks where it's just like, bro, ain't no way.
Barry Bonds would be proud of those swings. That's all I'm saying. Barry would be like, that form was all right. That's some good form right there.
I think the Cowboys have a contract for them ladies.
Oh Lord, for kickers.
Come be our new field goal kicker. Because these motherfuckers over here, they're wearing some crazy shoes, and they kicked the piss out of this man, and it was, and he was like, "Yes, sir, may I have another?" Like his shit was insane.
Then they started spitting in his mouth.
Oh, bro,
that was a bit much. Anyways, let's go to the chat. Dragonheart Yobi says,
well, before you go to the chat, let me finish up. So, like, this suit, I don't know. I'm not putting it on to get a stomach ache, to get punched in the stomach. I'm not putting it on to feel that fall. I don't want to feel that fall. That looked terrible. I don't want to feel that.
No.
I'm playing this game so I don't do it ever. Like, I want to see what he looks like doing the stuff. I don't want to feel it. Like, so
yeah.
And even if you do want to feel it, I don't want to feel it sitting on my couch with a controller in my hand. If I'm gonna get that much into the game, give me a VR headset. Really get me in there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to get all that feeling, get in the whole parkour thing, if I wanted to feel it then, yeah, VR and stuff like that. But sitting my big ass on a couch with one of them suits on, reclining in this recliner right here.
That sounds like a good time.
Somebody sitting back like this, playing a game, and just being like, like I'm good. Like I don't, like I don't want to hold it. Like what the hell is going on? And it's my wife would come in like, sir,
what's with all this groaning?
Why are you moaning and groaning? Who are you talking to? And I'm like, I'm gonna party chat with Matt right now. She would be like, excuse me,
what?
Sir.
What? What are you doing with Matt?
Yo, why are you talking to dudes and grown?
Oh my goodness. I don't want you talking to Matt anymore.
Cozy. If I told my wife, if I did all that and told my wife, hey, I'm talking to Cozy, she'd be like, it's Cozy gotta go. Cozy gotta go.
No more podcast. No more podcast. It's over, dude. Like, I don't think this is good for our marriage. We need to find another outlet for you, Ham. Figure something out. But this is done right here. Let's go to the chat real quick. Dragging out Yobi says they can bring him and Layla back using the staff of Hermes. So this is another thing about the current Assassin's Creed. It's gotten so wild that we have freaking Hermes and Zeus and Poseidon and Hades. And no, I get your idea. I'm with you. That's where they've gone, right? Technically, they could do that, but I don't like the whole mythological stuff they're bringing into Assassin's Creed. For me, that's too much. Fifth Horseman says, I was about to say the same thing. Finish the Desmond Abstergo thing, and then give us a new antagonist entity after. I almost called him Aiden through Watch Dogs confusion. And they do have the same generic face. Aiden and Desmond, you could put them next to each other and be like, they're brothers. And no one's going to fight you. Dragon Out Yobi says, look, yes, sounds like Ready Player One. So, Yobi, you're telling me you're down for this. You would pay the $500 for this. Seriously. Just put a yes in the chat if you're down for it. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. The Pume says, haptics has gone too far. Fifth Horseman, I didn't assassinate my neighbor on purpose. I was playing VR. That's where we're at, guys. Sir X-Men says, I saw that. That was messed up. Yeah, the whole kicking thing. Big red boots. Yes, with thick. Yep, that's the video. Lady Foxfire says, that is someone's kink. LOL. Yes. Clearly, he likes it. He likes it. Graphic God. Welcome in, Graphic God. Says, Ham gonna get divorced. We're all gonna be in trouble. If that's what we do. So yeah, no haptics going to Ham Solo's house. No. We need him to stay married. All right. All right. That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you to everyone for coming through. Thank you for everyone in the chat being very, very active. Drawn TJ, you're the real MVP, dog. On some Kevin Durant things, man. Well, thank you. Me and Ham really, 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 really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed what we saw here, like, subscribe. Like Ham said, we have the member tiers. Feel free to subscribe to the memberships. We will continue to try to bring you top tier content. For me, that's all. Ham, take us out.
No, yeah, thanks, Loke, and thank you everybody that came here to check us out. Those of you in the chat, those of you strictly just watching, and also those of you that are going to be watching after we are live. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Keep in mind, we got some more shows happening this week. I'm not sure anything's really going to happen tomorrow. The solo show has kind of been, I'm just not sure. I'm doing a lot of stuff as it is right now. I'm not sure if I have too much time to keep pumping that out until like some important information kind of drops. I might specifically use that show just for like important information type of stuff, or start making some videos out of it. I haven't really decided on what I'm gonna do quite yet. with Wednesday. But as for Thursday, I got Colt Eastwood coming on to Behind Them Sticks.
Oh my
That's
Lord.
gonna be super duper dope having him through. He's gonna be talking.
I might take a day from work just to show up on that one. Go ahead.
Oh
Sorry.
Lord. So yeah.
Wait. Would you let me in?
Show up. Would I let you in? Probably not, because because that is just a one-on-one show.
Oh man!
And I already know you coming in with some crazy questions, so no.
Trying to throw some napalm. All right, go ahead. Finish up. Sorry.
But yeah, I got Colt Eastwood coming on this Thursday, and then Friday our regular show that we do, bull sitting with Loke, me, Cozy, Matt Likes Games. And do we have a guest this week? I think you did tell us.
Yes.
Do you want to hold off on saying it right now? Next week we have Lady
Foxfire. Yeah. Next week is Lady Foxfire. This week, we'll make the announcement tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably best. So anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure, like Loke said, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to come back. Hit the bell to be notified right away when I hit that live button. Thank you, everybody. And as your boy Ham Solo says on TSWS Gaming, make sure that you're keeping it gaming or keeping it moving. Peace out, y'all.